The iPhone 17 Air has been making waves, and for good reason. It might just be the thinnest iPhone ever created. But has Apple gone too far with its ultra-thin design? Let's dive into what this device brings to the table and what challenges it faces. Before we get started, if you want access to exclusive insights and behind-the-scenes content, make sure to join our membership. Link is in the description. First, the design. At a rumored thickness of just 6 mm or less, the iPhone 17 Air is set to redefine what slim means for smartphones. While this sounds exciting, it has come at a cost. Reports suggest that Apple has been forced to make some tough compromises to achieve this level of thinness. One significant trade-off, the traditional physical SIM tray. Instead, the device is expected to rely entirely on an embedded SIM card, also known as an electronics SIM card, which is integrated directly onto the motherboard. In the United States, this might not seem like a big deal. Since 2022, all iPhone models in the country have shipped with only electronic SIM cards, making the transition relatively seamless for users. However, this could pose challenges in other regions, particularly in China. In China, smartphones must be registered with the user's real name, a process that currently relies on physical SIM cards. With most Chinese carriers not yet supporting electronic SIM cards, the iPhone 17 Air might not even make it to Chinese shelves unless regulations are relaxed, a possibility that is reportedly under discussion. The compromises don't end there. Due to its ultra-thin design, the iPhone 17 Air is expected to feature only a single rear camera. For a device rumored to have a higher starting price than even the iPhone 17 Pro Max, this could be a tough pill to swallow for consumers who expect multiple cameras and cutting-edge features. Still, Apple might be betting that the device's sleek profile and unique positioning as a fashion-forward smartphone will attract a niche audience willing to trade some functionality for aesthetics. Interestingly, the iPhone 17 Air might also showcase Apple's first in-house 5G modem chip. This would be a significant milestone for the company, signaling a move away from Qualcomm's Snapdragon 5G modem chips, which are expected to power the rest of the iPhone 17 lineup. Apple's custom 5G modem chip is said to be smaller, potentially consuming less power, an advantage for a device with such limited internal space. However, this new chip comes with its own set of limitations. It reportedly will not support the fastest millimeter wave spectrum. While millimeter wave technology offers lightning-fast download speeds, its signals don't travel far, which has led most carriers to focus on the mid-band 5G spectrum. Mid-band spectrum may not be as fast, but it provides more reliable coverage over longer distances, making it a more practical option for most users. Despite these innovations, the iPhone 17 Air might struggle to justify its premium price tag. The lack of advanced features found in the iPhone 17 Pro models could leave consumers questioning whether the ultra-thin design alone is worth the extra cost. But for those who value aesthetics and are willing to embrace new technologies like electronic SIM cards, this device could still hold significant appeal. The iPhone 17 Air represents a bold step forward for Apple, but also raises questions about how far the company can push design boundaries without compromising functionality. Will this be a triumph of engineering, or will it leave consumers longing for the practicality of thicker, more feature-rich devices? Only time will tell. If you've enjoyed this look at Apple's upcoming innovations, there's plenty more where that came from. Don't forget to join our membership for even deeper insights. Link is in the description. And finally, as always, stay tuned for more updates and let us know in the comments. Would you buy an iPhone this thin, or do you think Apple has taken minimalism too far? Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video. The smartphone industry is constantly evolving, with each new year bringing us flagship devices that push the boundaries of technology and design. In this video, we'll be taking a close look at the two biggest names in the smartphone world right now: Apple's iPhone 16 Pro Max and Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra. Both phones are powerhouses in their own right, but how do they stack up against each other? Let's dive into the battle of the bigs. Design and size. As expected, Apple's iPhone 16 Pro Max doesn't deviate much from its predecessor when it comes to design. The rectangular shape, soft corners, flat sides, and dynamic island pill-shaped cutout remain. This year, however, the screen has grown from 6.7 inches to a massive 6.9 inches, making it the largest display ever on an iPhone. Its bezels are even thinner, but the overall dimensions have changed slightly, measuring 163 mm by 77.6 mm. In comparison, the Galaxy S24 Ultra is slightly smaller at 162.3 millimeters in height, but a bit wider at 79 millimeters, making it easier to handle for users who love to use the S Pen for sketching or taking notes. Speaking of the S Pen, Samsung once again offers the stylus nestled into the bottom of the Galaxy S24 Ultra. It's a feature that remains unique to Samsung in the flagship market, and one that many users either love or ignore completely. The precision of the S Pen, developed in partnership with Wacom, is something to be admired, making it a fantastic tool for creative tasks. Apple, on the other hand, introduces some new tricks with its buttons. The Action button, which debuted in the iPhone 15 Pro series, returns, offering customizable functions for launching apps or activating Siri shortcuts. But the real star of the show is the new Camera Control button. This physical key, equipped with a capacitive surface, allows users to control the camera with a swipe, much like a traditional camera shutter button, enhancing the photography experience. Both phones come in sleek color options. The iPhone 16 Pro Max offers titanium finishes in white, black, natural, and the new Desert Titanium. Meanwhile, Samsung gives users a broader selection with titanium violet, yellow, black, and gray, and 3 exclusive colors if you order directly from Samsung's website. Display differences. When it comes to display, both phones boast impressive technology. The iPhone 16 Pro Max features a 6.9-inch OLED panel with a 120Hz refresh rate and an always-on display that can drop its refresh rate to just 1 Hz, keeping your wallpaper or photos visible even when the phone is asleep. Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra comes equipped with its signature AMOLED screen, also featuring a 120Hz refresh rate and an always-on display. However, Samsung has a slight edge here with its anti-reflective coating, which makes the screen much easier to see outdoors. In contrast, the iPhone struggles with reflections in bright sunlight despite its high brightness. Color accuracy is another area where the two phones differ slightly. The iPhone's display leans towards a yellowish hue, while the Galaxy has a bit of a teal tint. But with both phones offering blue light filters and adaptive color calibration, these differences are minimal in day-to-day use. One new feature for the iPhone 16 Pro Max is its ability to drop to an incredibly low 1 nit brightness level, making it easier on the eyes in dark environments. Samsung's display already hovers around this level, so both phones are excellent for nighttime use. Performance and software. Under the hood, the iPhone 16 Pro Max is powered by Apple's latest A18 Pro chip, built on a second-gen 3nm process by TSMC. This cutting-edge chip brings significant improvements in performance and efficiency, particularly when it comes to handling heavy tasks like gaming and AI-driven processes. Apple has also focused on better heat dissipation, addressing the overheating issues that plagued the A17 Pro chip. The Galaxy S24 Ultra, on the other hand, is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, specifically tuned for Samsung devices. While both chips are incredibly powerful, benchmarks show that Apple's A18 Pro takes the lead in CPU performance. However, in 3D graphics tests, the Galaxy S24 Ultra isn't far behind, offering stellar gaming performance. Both Apple and Samsung are pushing into the realm of AI, with dedicated NPU cores to handle AI tasks. The iPhone 16 Pro Max comes with Apple Intelligence, which will roll out new features gradually, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra already boasts AI-powered features like live translation, generative image editing, and transcript summaries. As for software, the iPhone runs iOS, which has seen some welcome changes this year, bringing it closer to the flexibility of Android. You can now place app icons anywhere on the home screen and even customize their colors. But if customization is what you're after, Samsung's One UI still reigns supreme with features like split-screen multitasking, themes, and more. Samsung has also stepped up its software update game, promising 7 years of updates for the Galaxy S24 Ultra, compared to Apple's 5-year commitment for the iPhone. Camera capabilities. Apple has made some significant upgrades to the cameras on the iPhone 16 Pro Max, particularly the ultra-wide camera, which now features a 48-megapixel sensor. The main camera remains at 48 megapixel, and the 5x telephoto camera comes with a 12-megapixel sensor. A new lens coating helps reduce the lens flare issue that has been prevalent in recent iPhone models, especially during night shots. Samsung, as always, is pushing the envelope with its camera hardware. The Galaxy S24 Ultra boasts a hopping 200-megapixel main camera, alongside a 12-megapixel ultra-wide, a 10-megapixel 3x telephoto, and a 50-megapixel 5x zoom camera. While the megapixel count might seem impressive, the real magic happens in post-processing. Both phones have excellent cameras, but Samsung has a slight edge in zoom performance, while the iPhone tends to over-sharpen fine details like leaves or grass. In low light conditions, both phones perform admirably, but the iPhone's new lens coating helps reduce the flare and artifacts that can appear in night photos. Samsung, on the other hand, continues to struggle slightly with oversaturated greens in its images, but this is only noticeable when directly comparing photos side by side. Battery and charging. When it comes to battery life, both phones pack a punch. The iPhone 16 Pro Max has a 4,685 mAh battery, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra comes with a slightly larger 5,000 mAh battery. However, Samsung takes the lead in charging speeds, offering 45-watt wired charging compared to the iPhone's 20-watt. For wireless charging, Apple's MagSafe offers 25-watt, while Samsung's wireless charging maxes out at 15-watt. Conclusion. So, which phone is the better choice? It's a tough call. The iPhone 16 Pro Max impresses with its sleek design, powerful A18 Pro chip, and improved cameras, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra excels with its S Pen, higher megapixel count, and faster charging speeds. Ultimately, it comes down to personal preference and whether you're more entrenched in Apple's ecosystem or Samsung's Android world. Either way, you're getting a top-tier smartphone that won't disappoint. What do you think about it? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Until then, take care. Goodbye.